Hey everybody, it's Maze with Extreme Airsoft. Wanted to show you all the Mancraft SDiK installation for the R93 Blazer. This is one of my personal favorite ones. However, because it's so hard to find the aftermarket parts, I wanted to convert it over to HPA, meaning it'll last longer and I'll be able to put my upgraded parts in storage so I don't run through those. I got the kit, I got the regulator, I've got everything that I need, so now it's just going to be installing it. I'm going to assume that you guys know how to disassemble an R93 if you're watching this, because mostly just to show you how the Mancraft kit drops right in, real easy to do, and just some tips or tricks as far as how to lead the air hose through the gun so you don't have these ridiculous hoses hanging all over the place. To pull this piece out of the cylinder. This couple pieces doesn't look like it's able to be disassembled, but it is. You want to grease everything to the best of your ability before you completely install it. I'm going to lead this hose through the opening down here. Alright, now this is already a little slick, but I want a little bit more on there. So silicone, grease, just a touch. Okay, so I had to go to my local hardware spot in order to pick up a tube, a brass, in this case, tube, in order to allow the spring guide to be forced forward whenever you're pulling the bolt back, you know, the piston catches on the trigger assembly, etc., etc. Since I'm having to pull this piece out of the assembly, it forces us to come up with a different one. Now, I've seen online that people use steel and the like, but I'm not thinking this has that much resistance, so I went and grabbed a 3/16 by 0.014 brass tube that fits the 4mm hosing, and since it comes in about 1.5 foot sticks, you're able to cut it to whatever size you like. Right, this one's about 3 inches. I plan on feeding the air line through where the spring guide is and having it mesh into the trigger housing. Since there is a central hole, it allows it to not get in the way. So we're gonna finish that. Oops, sorry. Pardon me, cameraman. My arm! Let's see if this is going to work out. Let's see if the magic happens. Oh, it does. That's the total pull. Normally it comes all the way back here, so it just cut my pull down by quite a bit. I can feel that I probably need to cut my copper tubing at least a 1/2 inch, and then this will be complete. So I'm gonna go and do that off camera. All right, so I wanted to show you guys a couple different ideas that I had as far as making the air line indiscreet, not able to be seen all that well. I started off with zip tying the hose to the trigger guard. If you want to take a closer look there, used a couple zip ties to get in there and make sure that it's out of the way. This can still definitely fire the gun, but you can see the hose down in there. From there, I left this back panel in. It's only 4 screws in order to be able to pull these 2 pieces apart. I went ahead and pulled the cheek rest as well, make sure I have complete access. My idea to start with is have a small hole in order to facilitate the hose going through the panel. I want to put little grooves all the way across and put a small hole on the back side here. So you will need a Dremel, a couple different types of bits, and that leads us to access this hollow portion so I can lead the hose back up through. I was thinking about using the CO2 conversion for my Mancraft and just dropping it all in here. there should be plenty of room. Otherwise, another idea that I had was using in this case it's a buttstock sling mount, and just kind of tucking it in there so I have easy access. We'll see which one ends up working out, but I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting and yeah, see how this works out. And from there, we're going to go ahead and cut this down to whatever size we need it. And now we have it all integrated into the gun so we can have an onboard CO2 or HPA, whatever works. And yeah, hopefully next we'll be able to get some video footage and overall be able to show y'all how well this works. I, so far, think that this is going to work out quite nicely, especially after seeing that much of a pull whenever I'm used to at least twice that amount. That was really cool. But outside of that, I hope to have some video footage up of the gameplay here pretty soon. Have a good one.